that last corner, good job with your brake application and throttle use. On this left tightening, reduce your brake pressure by 40% to prevent overbraking. For the right hairpin, delay your throttle by 20 meters and turn in 10 meters later. For the upcoming right corner, delay your turn-in by about 9 meters and increase your speed at the apex by 25 kilometers per hour. On that last corner, your throttle application was spot on. Great job. Great job on that last right corner. Your turn-in was perfect. However, you need to increase your speed at the apex by about 25 kilometers per hour as discussed. Good job back there, lost less time than before. Work on brake application, aim for quicker engagement. On this left tightening turn, aim to increase your apex speed by 15 km per hour. On this right hairpin, brake 15 meters earlier to improve
Alright Elias,
entry
we need to watch these track limits. You'll need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
For this left corner, brake 12 meters earlier and reduce peak brake pressure by 25%. Approaching this right corner, reduce brake pressure by 30%. For this left tightening, apply brakes more quickly and reduce peak pressure by 25%. Good job back there. Your brake pressure is still 25% too high. Bring that down. For this left tightening, aim for 5 km per hour faster through the apex. Approaching this right hairpin, brake 15 meters earlier and ease up on the brake pressure by 10%. Approaching the left corner, reduce brake pressure by 15% to improve smoothness. This right corner, reduce brake pressure by 25%. On this left tightening, reduce your brake
That was
pressure by about
114.1.
25%.
That's your quickest lap.
Nice work on that last left tightening corner. You brought the brake pressure down, but there's still room to reduce it further. Approaching this left tightening, try increasing your apex speed by 5 km per hour again. Reduce brake peak pressure by 40% on this left tightening. Approaching this left, try reducing brake pressure by 20% to avoid aggressive braking. On that last corner, focus on braking harder and more progressively. Your brake application was too slow, costing time. Good job back there on turn 12. You improved by 0.233 seconds. Next, work on increasing your apex speed by 5 km per hour. Good job back there. Let's focus on reducing brake pressure by 20% next time through. For this tightening right, apply throttle 20 meters earlier, but more gradually. For this left tightening, aim to increase your apex speed by 5 km per hour.
You've gone outside of track limits there.
As you approach this right hairpin, apply your brakes more quickly and decisively. On this right corner, reduce your brake pressure by 15% and aim to hit the throttle 10 meters earlier. Approaching this left tightening corner, brake
You'll need to
10
slow
meters
down to
later
give back the time
and
gained.
aim to decrease brake pressure by 20%.
You need to slow down, give back some time.
On that last corner, nice progress. Focus next on reducing your brake peak pressure by around 35% to match the needed levels. Through the left tightening, aim to take it 5 km per hour faster at the apex.
Okay, Elias, you need to watch the track limits.
Good job back there. Try turning in about 15 meters later next time to improve line and apex speed. Approaching the left tightening, reduce brake peak pressure by 35%, then aim to turn in 15 meters later. On that last corner, you're braking 10 meters early and with 30% too much pressure. Let's refine those next time. In this tightening left, aim to increase your apex speed by 15 kilometers per hour. On this left corner, you can improve your apex speed. Try to carry 5 km/h more next time.
Used half your fuel.
Turn in 10 meters later on this right hairpin. On the left corner, reduce brake peak pressure by 10% and aim to turn in 5 meters later. On this right corner, reduce brake pressure by 30%. For this tightening left, ease off the brake pressure by 30% and
That
turn
lap
in
was
10
at
meters
114.1.
later.
You're less than a tenth off your best.
On that last corner, you eased off the brake pressure nicely, but still turned in a bit early by about 5 meters. On this left tightening, increase your apex speed by 5 km/h. On the left tightening corner, reduce your brake pressure by 20%. This right hairpin, turn in 15 meters later for better alignment. Reduce brake pressure by 25% entering the right corner. For this left tightening, adjust your turning.
That last lap was at 139.5. That's your best lap in this session.
For this right hairpin, delay your turn-in by 15 meters to improve your apex speed. Approaching this left corner, ease off the brake pressure by 15% to avoid overly aggressive braking. Approaching this right corner, try braking 10% gentler and accelerate 5 meters earlier after the apex. For For this tightening left, try turning in 15 meters later and reduce your brake peak
Okay,
pressure
Elias,
by
you've got about 4 laps of
35%.
fuel left. That lap time was 140.0. You're currently 0.5 off your best.
In the tightening right, focus on applying throttle 55 Ms earlier this time. At this right tightening, aim for 5 km/h faster at the apex. On this right hairpin, delay your turn-in by 15 meters to hit the apex speed target. For this right corner, reduce brake peak pressure by 30% for better control. On this
Your last
tightening
lap time
left,
was
turn
at
in 10 meters later.
141.4. We estimate 3 laps of fuel left. You're now 1.9 seconds off your best.
Excellent work on the right tightening corner. Try applying throttle 5 meters earlier this time. Approaching this left tightening, reduce brake pressure by 10% to avoid scrubbing speed. In the next left corner, increase your apex speed by 5 km/h. This left corner, focus on your throttle point. Delay throttle by 10 meters to avoid understeer. On this right corner, reduce brake pressure by 25% and apply throttle quicker after the apex to gain speed.
That lap was at 140.9.
Good job
2 laps
back
of
there.
fuel remaining.
You reduced brake pressure
That
by
puts you
5%,
1.4
but
seconds
there's more
off
to
your
gain
best.
with a bit less pressure. Good job back there on the last corner. Try reducing your brake pressure by 35%.
We need to watch the track limits.
On this right hairpin, try turning in 15 meters later and ease off on the brake pressure by 15%. Delay throttle by 5 meters, exiting this left corner for better apex speed. Reduce brake pressure by 30% in this right corner. braking 10 meters early on this left tightening turn.
This is the last lap
Wait a
of
bit
fuel.
longer. On that last corner, you brake 2 meters later than before. Good improvement. Keep refining.
Watch the track limits, please, Elias.
Approaching this right hairpin, turn in 10 meters later. Try softer brake pressure, about 10% less.
Hit this lap, in this lap.
Turn 12. Delay your throttle by 20 meters to prevent understeer. For this right corner, decrease brake pressure by 25%.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
You're braking 12 meters too early before this left tightening.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now. Front left, 87%. Rear left,